there is something about having your guys around. I've never been a woman. I've never been a lady. But so many times, sure? I've never. but I spent my first 9 months on earth with a lady. That's why I'm so attached to
my man born you.
No, my twin sister now. I had nobody else, no being else to relate with except for a lady. So now there is a way I see ladies. You will see this. She's my friend. Why? I always sit down and think that why does it seem like ladies are never true with themselves? I always see guys like, there is a way you will be like this one Amumu or Delele, but the true, when it comes to crunch, the trueness is in there.
I don't know about that one.
Okay, maybe are you speaking from the perspective of ladies living fake life?
I think they always, like I tell them always, I feel they are always not real with each other.
Okay, with each other.
Yes,
okay. Of
ladies to ladies.
Which is why you see that most of them, when you engage them, they will tell you that, I prefer having male friends around because I feel
that's an issue.
And when there's but some guys,
but
the thing I know, the thing is, some guys these days, especially these days now, what is interested in having fresh.
It has been like that from time
immemorial. If you want to be my friend, I will be the one to make it mandatory.
So you people don't have female friends?
I do have female friends.
I was brought up with having.
But I know that.
So what? Why you contradict yourself?
No,
or are you saying if what I say is that at this stage,
depends on the condition.
If what I say is that at this stage of your life, you're any woman you meet again, you are no longer looking for female friends. Maybe the ones you already have are not count. If that's what you're saying, I understand. But you cannot say that you don't want to do friendship with female and you have several female friends that I know of.
But the thing now, I have changed now.
Is that the
one that used to come and eat this house? The ones that will just let me buy something.
You're speaking about John. John, your table. Hello, they brought lights. You still have some. Those calls. See, if John starts to open his own kind of friends with benefits, because John does not benefit. But I'm so many times I'm just so happy that I'm a guy. There's a way I hear a lot of stories, ladies, group of ladies. You always start so beautifully. I've known you guys now. Say if I put 2 plus 2, say like 7-8 years. I think Tune was the first of the lot, 2016. 2016 to now. That's about 8 years.
Yeah.
Exactly. I got to know you like 2017. Yeah, it was just a year after. Same with Solomon, is not here by the way. Same with Solomon Edibra and all of that. And since then, we've had there was a day we had a heated argument in Yamatek that it was so crazy. Yeah. But that's how guys are. We brush up that I was still real to each other. Likewise, so many other people like our boss, Babash, like that. So many times I always feel, why can't ladies just fight and get past the fight and continue their fight?
Some do. Maybe the majority.
Just like Tunde, to say, to be fair, actually, I've seen ladies who've maintained relationships for 20 years, 30 years, and not just one. Yes, there are like five group of ladies that I know, and they've been friends from. See, all these things where you mentioned, they will fight. They will gossip each other. But still, when they have things to do, the support is really massive.
Like the Super Falcons, I can remember there was a time Aziza Toshoala and Onomebi inseparable. Aziza Toshoala, Onomebi, Opara Noze, almost inseparable. At the point, it became, let's just play with the football and leave. I don't know. I'm just, sometimes I just look at, I love the feminine folks, but I just look at so many things about that and I feel like, okay.
It's part of life.
Obviously, Kenny likes to think about women in his spare time.
Yeah.
But do that on your own time. Welcome to Spotlight Podcast.
Yes. That's where it is, man.
Yeah, this is where we mix the sports and the vibe, hence the name Sports Vibe. And we have a lot to talk about today. And the cast is one man light. Solomon Edibo is not here, but it's 3 men strong. And that's Kehinde Idris,
Mr. Deep,
Long John Ojetunde, and myself, Tunde Young. 3 of us, journalists and friends for 7 years, as Kehinde just said. So we have deep knowledge of these things. And without deep knowledge, I can tell you that if you see Finidi George on the road, Bill, because Finidi George has been confirmed as the new Super Eagles manager. In the news that we had for a while, like
we've also discussed it here.
Yeah, official unveiling, happened, during the week in Abuja with NFF President Gusau, Finidi George taking the picture of the jersey. Details of the contract have been revealed to be 1 year, and we first heard that he was going to be earning $45,000 on a monthly basis, which seems like a lot.
That's massive.
67 million naira.
That's some respect today.
Per month. But other reports have now come out to debunk that and say his take home is 15 million monthly, which is still
for a
still a
Nigeria
lot.
coach.
Which is still a lot, to be honest. But I don't know. My theory is that perhaps the $45,000 is for the entire backroom staff, maybe, because it was unveiled alongside his 4 assistants. Actually, in fact, I think there might be 5. Let me get the names of the assistants real quick.
One James guy, and Ozzy talking.
Daniel Amokachi,
The ball.
Dan the Bull, who we last saw as a commentator at the last AFCON.
Okay, I think
Sexy penetrative passes.
I'm telling
and I
you.
think the last person, EAK. I think that those were actually his friends. James is the youth coach of Ofian.
Benjamin James.
Yes. Then the EAK.
Chima
Onyeke. I think is okay. The other one sounds Russian, as you talk about.
Mehmet Oztok is Turkish.
He's a football. He's a match analyst. He's one that analyzes pre-games and after games for the coaches to see exactly, what happened on the pitch and how they can improve on. And he's been doing that he's done that for some clubs in Europe.
And I must say, aside the monies we just mentioned, whether it is 15 million or the other one, I think it's massive. But the major respect that I'm seeing in this case is the fact that I think these are people Finidi George is comfortable working
Exactly.
with. It's not just I come in, there is a Tunde Young, there is a John Ojetunde, they work with them, whichever way your
it's not like they just give
relationship
him
is. Just because that's what has happened to Nigerian coach over the years.
The only person recommended actually.
Amokachi is even his friend. You need to see the relationship of Amokachi. It might just end up being that of the pool, select who you are comfortable with, and Amokachi had to be picked. That is also you working with somebody you've studied, you've known, and you feel I can work with comfortably. Because coaching has a lot of I can't see it alone. I need other people to see it. In one of the All or Nothing, documentary for Man City, they were at a restaurant. I can't remember if it's a restaurant in the Etihad, but they were all seated, the footballers, but the coaches are on one side, and this game was going on. They kept watching. I think it was Arsenal playing somebody, and the next game next 2 games for Man City is Arsenal, and at that point, Pep just said, "Arteta, I want everything on Arsenal."
Yeah, I remember.
He just paused. That was where the saying came that you might all play a game, you finish playing a game, and everybody is we're fine. Every minute at Pep Guardiola thinks about how Man City can beat the next team or the next teams every minute. And while everybody were felicitating, eating, he just paused. He kept watching, and he just said, "Arteta, I want everything about Arsenal in the next 2 days thereabout." And Arteta understands, Oga don't enter work again. And he's comfortable, he trusts whatever you're bringing. But if he doesn't trust it, we'll just be like, I have it in my head, extra work on him, okay, we'll start checking. So that is a growth for me, and also respect.
Don't you also think that the downside for this would be the fact that it's giving you everything you want, all the comfort you want, and you have to produce results now. So if you fail, you will not say maybe because NFF did not pay you your salary.
I'm waiting to hear the downside.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that they've given you comfort. You have 3 assistants. 4 assistants. These are people you chose yourself. I said maybe 4 Amokachi, because based on what we heard, at the end of the recommended Amokachi to him, and that's it. But now you have everything you want. Now Finidi has got no choice than to succeed. Finidi has got no choice than to take.
This is the recipe to succeed also.
Yes, I'm only just playing that part for you. That if things does not go well, perhaps if it doesn't go well, Finidi George does not have any excuse.
Of course.
No, I don't think so. I do not think so at all. Okay. And before we move on, you have to also mention Olatunji Baruak returning as the goalkeeper. Meaning the 5th member.
Sorry, for the goalkeepers, you're still going to. They said this guy was approached, Vincent Yama. Yes, he was approached by the NFF. And even Finidi wanted Vincent. But he said Vincent declined that he declined the offer. So
anyway,
put that in.
The point about the success, I don't know if they've given him everything he needs, because they gave him a 1-year contract, meaning that there's no trust on this from the NFF, and it's a case of qualify for the World Cup or you're fired. That's how I see it. If it's a 1-year contract,
qualify for the AFCON and the World Cup.
Yeah, qualify for the AFCON, give a good performance at the AFCON, qualify for the World Cup, or we will not renew your contract. That's how I see it. Because
can I jump on that?
Yeah.
I think for Finidi George, this is expected. For me, I've never seen Finidi George getting a 3-year contract or a 4-year contract. I've always believed in 1 year, or perhaps even if I had 6 months. See, for a Finidi George, no disrespect to him, the NFF, there is something about you're at home and you're getting a job at home. There will be that little quote and unquote, we do not trust you completely kind of thing. Everybody in the world loves something that comes from the foreign. If you're a German and they're bringing a coach from Sweden, it feels like there is something special about this man to have been brought all the way from Sweden. That is what I'm saying. And one thing I just see is Finidi George, shut all mouths. Finidi George, turn all heads. Finidi George, cancel out every doubt, and your next contract will be more than 1 year.
Yeah, even said it.
I expected this, and when I heard the announcement, I was like, they're even fantastic enough to not say qualify for or do this. 1 year is 1 year. It's part of his contract. Actually,
it was stated in his contract.
Is 1 year enough? Because we talk about managers
do enough,
especially even for club level.
Yeah.
Sometimes
they play like every other.
Yeah, look at, we have mentioned Arteta on the show. Look at Arteta's first few years at Arsenal before he was able to get it. And that's a team that he works with every day.
Yeah.
Now you go to that team where you don't have that much time with the team anyway. You play 6, 7, 8 games max.
Before each game, probably a week or 2.
Yeah.
Before you guys get to assemble.
So you play like 8 games max in a year, and so like. I don't think that's a fair amount of time, and I think that because
So do you think you would have gotten like 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, if you are committed to
exactly,
commit to it.
Yes,
I do believe, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't think we're qualified for the World Cup, and I think it would be unfair for Finidi's target to count towards that, because he was not the one that dropped those points against Lesotho and Zimbabwe. It was Jose Pesero.
We're already in a dire situation.
When he dropped 4 out of 6 points in a group where only the first team can qualify. So like,
but Tunde, he knew the consequence before taking up the job. He knows he has to qualify. Yes, he knows he has to qualify Nigeria for the World Cup. See, that was why Sia won when he was being interviewed. He categorically said that he wouldn't have taken up the Super Eagles job because he has seen all the dangers involved in taking up the job, and he could even make whatever you've done.
Also,
past.
In that same vein, let's check out the table. Looking at the table today, we're not far off. If it were to be that there is a team that is already 6 points ahead, it might be crazy. There is nobody that is that far. We've got 2 points. And then I think the team topping, I've got 5 points there about. That should be Rwanda.
Actually, Rwanda tops Group C with 4 points.
Yes.
South Africa second with 3, Nigeria with 10 with
2. So Nigeria is tied on 2-2-2 with about 3 teams.
Yeah,
So it's not like was super far off.
Yes.
So yeah, of course, we're not far. 2 points is not a lot to overall. But when you consider that the games are going to get tougher. The games that we drop points in are supposed to be the easiest games in the group.
That's the problem.
And Zimbabwe are supposed to be the big boys of the group.
Correct.
You've dropped points in those.
Now we're playing Benin,
Now
we're
we'll
playing
play
Rwanda,
Benin,
and
coached
also
by General. We'll play South Africa, a team that are
a
the
boogie
toughest
team for
toughest
us.
in the group.
Yes.
And then we'll play Rwanda, who currently top.
So they must be doing something right for them to be sitting atop the Group C table. So
And you know,
I understand, but I'm just coming from that angle of psychologically. Sometimes if something is not far off, you feel like you can still fight for it. If as of this time we've got 2 points, the team leading is got 6 or 7 points, it might be like, how do we even start this? We need about 2-3 games to overhaul this. But with one game, one qualifying day, everything can overturn.
things can change.
So
Things can change.
I think, like John said, which I totally agree, he has seen the pattern. And in one of his interviews, he said Nigeria will qualify by doing every right thing.
And also to mention some of the things he specifically mentioned, during the game is that the players he will be picking are players that must play regularly for their clubs, and he must also see the commitment of those players. And I think for me that's actually a good criteria. That's a good parameter to bring in players into the Super League.
And I think that might work. Do you know why? If this contractual terms, the monies that I'm hearing is followed to the letter, I think it
They
might
will
work.
hold him.
Do you know why I said it might work?
Who is it that
No. Owing is different. Owing is different. See, today, what I'm trying to say is, hopefully tomorrow, if Finidi George or somebody in his team will not come out and let us know, all those 15 million you people are hearing is bobo. It's fine. We've heard that over the years.
Yes, of course. I agree with you.
If this is something so improved compared to what we've ever had for a Nigerian coach, even for Amodu Shaibu, that qualified us 2 times, even Stephen Keshi, the big boss. Selection of team is one bane in our football for local coaches. There is always this imposed, even for White. Thomas Deneby, after he ran to India to coach under 17, he came out to say, there is a particular woman in the setup of the women's football. She will never let you do your work. She is that powerful. She is the one who says, this lady, this one. That's why if you offend that woman as a female footballer, especially in the Super Falcons level, you are out.
You always have those devils.
Now, if it happens that it gets something close to a free hand, I'm not saying we'll get 100%, something close to a free hand, it might just be the start of both.
I agree with Kenny in that regard. Because I've always wondered. We had, in a space of a year, not even a year, like a few months, we had General, we had Austin Eguavon, and we had Jose Pesero. And the squad list was pretty much the same.
Standard.
Under 3 different managers, which leads me to believe that someone else was picking it. There's no way 3 different managers from 3 different countries are choosing the same
different football ideas.
Are choosing the exact same player. There's no how.
So which means that there is no openness. And it also shows that there's somebody who probably has a vested interest in picking some of these
kingmakers.
And I'm sure that a whole lot of these things will come out very soon. And that's why this era of podcasting has revealed a whole lot of things. From Siasia's interview
on Obi-Wan.
Yes, it looks like there was something similar to the discussion you guys are having as regards somebody trying to pick players. But Siasia, he's a very stubborn guy.
Siasia was livid in that podcast. He was so.
I mean, he's a very stubborn person. Siasia, they agree. But the problem is that that's why if you get coconut head, who are your employers? Your employers are saying that this is what we want. And you are just an employee. There's little to what you can, and which is why, trust me, there's little to what Finidi George can do as regards picking players. He will pick certain players, but there are some certain players that will always be in that spot. Look at the issue of Musa. Led to some certain managers. Musa's time in the Super League should have ended. But you know what? Musa will still be picked. I still even think that if you qualify for the World
Will be the
Cup,
captain.
Musa will go to the World Cup.
Yeah, I think so.
So
Look at the last Nations Cup. Jose Peseiro used the singular power that at least he has got. The fact that I can bench him.
Abi?
yes.
You cannot say come and tell me on the bench that bring him inside.
That's the only thing that I can do. Even in the final, that people thought, okay, give him a cameo. Let him just come in and Oga, these are serious matters. And at some point, he was vindicated because the team kept progressing. And I'm like, do you want me to tweak the team and then something goes wrong? See, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of kettle of fish when it comes to Nigerian football. But this is the angle for me. These shenanigans happens everywhere in the world. There is too much money flying around in football to not have serious politics.
I agree with you. Look at the Brazilian Tunde, you saw the Brazilian list for Copa America.
Yeah.
They dropped Gabriel Jesus. Dropped
Gabriel Jesus and Richarlison. Neymar has been injured in that, so that was expected. Casemiro.
Yes.
Lots of this. In fact, maybe we should just pivot to that.
I'm wondering, do you think that that decision was solely down to the coach? I doubt.
No, I think it was because they picked players based on form.
Yes.
Okay, please.
But Gabriel Jesus is off.
Yes, that's
Martinelli is off form. Casemiro is off form. Casemiro, I don't even understand what football is.
But Martinelli made the list. If Gabriel Jesus is not made, why Gabriel
Martinelli does not have so much of competition in that wing as of now.
Vinicius Junior.
Let's have a backup.
Let's go to the Brazil squad list since we are already here. Of course, the goalkeeper Alisson Ederson, that does not change, and then Bento as the third goalkeeper. Centre backs Marquinhos, Gabriel Magalhaes, Eder Militao, and Beraldo. The right full backs Danilo and Jan Couto. Left is Wendell and Aranya. Midfield, Bruno Guimaraes, Douglas Luiz, João Gomes, Lucas Paqueta, Andres Pereira. Right wingers, Rafinha and Savio. Left wingers, Vinicius Junior and Martinelli. Strikers, Rodrigo, Hendrick, and Evan Nielsen.
I think it's pretty much guys.
So look at the front three. Hendrick, Rodrigo, and Evan Nielsen. And by the way, Rodrigo is not a striker, but I think probably they provide.
No, you can play. You can play.
Their front, everyone knows their front is going to be Vinicius. Just Rodrigo and Hendrick. That's their front. That's the starting front.
So are you now telling me that even if Gabriel Jesus does not start in that team, he cannot at least even make that squad? Is Gabriel Jesus that bad? Even despite his
Gabriel Jesus is having less minutes by less minutes by.
The striker that has scored 4 goals this season.
Although he's even having issues with,
the person that I believe should not have been dropped is Richarlison, because Richarlison is actually having a good individual.
But he's injured again.
Probably, maybe that's why. So and he's also proven to be, effective for Brazil. At least at the World Cup we saw him with the goals and whatnot. But I don't think any of the other guys.
This politics we're talking about. While he was a footballer, Diego Simeone, he was so angry at the Argentine fan. Then he was already a senior player now. He said, an average Argentine knows nothing about the economy of Argentina, but will tell you everything about Argentine football. Now, which one are they supposed to be more concerned about? The economy that affects your everyday life. It was just a player who, it was like at the time Messi said, I'm retiring from. Messi wasn't announcing his retirement because they lost. It's because of the reaction from the fans. That was what got to Diego Simeone. And that's what happens everywhere. The politics is there. The fans are also asking for a lot and all of that. And I think today's coaches in Nigerian setup are even lucky. When Olise was talking about the idea, he said 25,000 will come to the National Stadium at Oniko to watch training. Yeah. And you will see all of them with biro and paper. Tunde ma play. John, yeah. Come and worry super sub. Baba Ashanwo ló máa keep. They
I-
already have. They will be telling you, my brother no. Kunle ma change NC, my boy. They know their squad.
Yes, and you know that Larry, bad boys.
It's our home. It was the mecca of football, even to Africans at a point.
I agree. Passion for football.
At the end of the day, the moment something is in high demand, those who are in charge, they also find a way to protect it to be their own. That is where the politics plays in. When you go and check teams that don't have anything serious.
So, Kenny, I like that angle you are bringing, but back to the Brazilians, there's a question now. Neymar is the face of Brazilian football. Seems to be the face.
Poster boy.
Poster boy. Now, things are changing gradually. Now they are going to play without.
Neymar don't dey old.
So, no. What my question is? So this is a new Brazilian setup, and now they also have a new.
Like they've been tagged in recent times. This is the most untalented Brazilian setup.
So which is thank you. So, but they are not as talented as the old Brazilian team.
As so many Brazilians.
But I think this Brazilian squad is more efficient, and with this, they can actually win.
I cannot.
I don't know if you agree with me.
I disagree on the
I can't agree.
Exactly if you look at their midfield. In fact, the entire team lacks a bit of generally just star power. Like, and that's what we always knew.
About Brazil.
Which of the midfielders I don't know?
All of the midfielders.
All of them.
The entire
Lucas Paqueta, Bruno Guimaraes,
yeah.
Douglas Luiz.
Douglas
Luiz is like,
it's
aside
like
from
what?
Watkins, he's like
He's not their guard. He's not their guard. That is Kevin De Bruyne.
I like what he said. He's an Aston Villa player.
We're talking about Douglas Luiz in the window.
Okay.
It's Real Madrid. No, Real Madrid in Barcelona.
That's not to say he's not good. He's not a good player.
He's a good player.
We're talking of by Brazil standards.
That's what that was
Brazil are calling up midfielders from Fulham and Pereira, from Aston Villa, from Newcastle.
They are good players, regardless of the clubs.
By Brazil standards, I didn't say the latter. I said they are lacking star power. And these guys are not.
Do you know what Brazil used to call?
I know.
The Real Madrid, the Barcelona, the Manchester United. No.
If you look at that, they are midfield.
Let's forget that place for West Ham. Their midfield is the entire reason.
Lucas Paqueta has signed for Manchester City. We all know that. And he would still sign for City. I'm not saying that.
Where does he play now?
But that midfield.
Where does he play now?
He plays for West Ham.
Where does Andreas Pereira play?
Of course, Fulham. But
where does Bruno Guimaraes play?
He plays for Newcastle. That is very good.
Where does
You guys are looking at it from that perspective. I think that this Brazilian squad, I think that this team they put together is a team that can actually.
Are you trying to play devil?
It's a team that does not strike fear in opponents. That not based on looking at this. I'm not saying that they cannot still.
Okay,
you don't have to
check their neighbor. Just take a little walk.
Okay, let's look at the Argentine side.
I know I'm not dropped their score list, but whenever they
Ordinary Rodrigo as off all this midfielder you're saying.
Rodrigo Paul.
Yes.
Whenever they do drop.
Yes.
No.
Ordinary Rodrigo Paul.
The Brazil squad.
There's not this about
you're talking Julian Alvarez.
The Brazil squad, the players you can really look at and say
Rodrigo.
Vinicius and Rodrigo are perhaps their two goalkeepers. Vinicius, Rodrigo. And the guys you can say, okay, world class quality.
Who else?
Others are just.
Marquinhos
is one of them.
Marquinhos is a
fantastic
defender.
I'll give you Marquinhos and another Militao as well. Top players.
I'm not putting Eder Militao. Thought he signed the father. Injury. Before
injury, he was one of the best
center back now.
Go and ask an average Madrista. He came with a lot of calamity.
No, that's
great. Now, but he's
a young player. That's great.
If you what?
If you mention,
you better calm yourself.
If you mention number one defender in Madrid,
stop that.
Before Rudiger came in.
We're talking today. This list is it for yesterday?
See,
he's been injured the most of the season. That's why.
I don't know. You are just being overcritical of Eder Militao, but if he's not that good. I don't think that the Brazilian team will have called him up. And Marquinhos has been consistent for years. Number one defender and captain of PSG. And also Yakuto for Girona this season.
Wow.
He's been
Girona players.
No, don't talk about that.
When in the same league, there's Barcelona and Real Madrid. And Brazil does not
We're
have.
talking about the fact that Brazil, in terms of star power, they fall in. We can't
Yes,
deny
Papa,
that.
I agree.
Because there are two left back.
You need to listen to their media in Brazil.
I agree.
They all know that they are going through a phase.
Yes.
When there is a 30-year left back that plays for Porto, he's going to most likely be their starting left back.
Yes.
Because the other left back, Guilherme Arana, is 27 years old, plays for Atletico Mineiro or something.
But I just
Yan Couto, Girona, and you call Danilo. Danilo is plays for Juventus, but Danilo has not been good since Buhari was president. So
for you, and he's played for great clubs. He played for Man City.
You know, on this podcast, you easily call out the president. A minimum one boss magbi and boy.
So since John is even arguing for Brazil having quality, there's one person that if you want to do. Post you on the spot now, without googling or anything. Who is João Gomez?
Actually, I've heard that.
Any sentence you start with actually, you fair parody. Go on.
João Gomez, I think he plays for. I can't remember the club he plays for now, but I know that name rings a bell. They need to put or something. I don't know. That's something.
He plays for Wolves.
Oh, he was João Gomez.
Yes.
He's not actually that bad. That guy is not. No. Because the way you call João Gomez now, I just remember that guy.
You know that
Brazil's entire midfield is a Premier League mid-table midfield. That's what.
Yes, now.
João Gomez, Wolves. They called up 5 midfielders.
Yes.
João Gomez, Wolves, Paqueta, West Ham, Pereira, Fulham, Bruno Guimaraes, Newcastle, Douglas Luiz, Aston Villa. That's their entire midfield.
Let me tell you, Lucas Paqueta. I know that at the end of this, he's come to Manchester City. City will sign him. It was because of the betting scandal. That's why City quite low. Bruno Guimaraes also has been tagged that City.
He's going to ask.
No, City also put Douglas Luiz. Arsenal are chasing Douglas Luiz. As I speak with you. Listen, if you have a Declan Rice, a Douglas Luiz.
So in the Premier League today, in the midfield, you have the likes of Declan Rice or Odegaard. You have the likes of Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne. You have the likes of Bruno Fernandes.
Fernandes, wow.
What are you saying?
If I'm to pick my 5 midfielders in the Premier League, you see these Brazilian guys mentioned.
You'll pick them.
They'll be my top 5.
But all the 5 that they call, they will be your top 5. So De Bruyne is no longer alive.
No.
Rodri,
No.
Odegaard.
Wait now. What
Declan Rice. All these
name the top 5 midfielders right now.
Yeah. Number 1.
Douglas Luiz.
Rodri. Rodri is number 1.
Rodri. Don't put out. It will leave out somebody like that.
Rodri. Then second, I'm going to pick Bruno Guimaraes. Fantastic player.
Bruno Guimaraes is the second best midfielder.
Yes, according to me.
Then
I'll pick Declan Rice.
Okay.
Then I'll pick Lucas Paqueta.
Okay. Cool.
Then no Chelsea player caught it for me. Then I think Douglas Luiz. 5.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So no De Bruyne.
No, see those ones that attacking midfielders.
Don't touch me.
DMs. Sorry, I'm talking about DMs. DMs.
All of those 5 guys are
even Partey plays more than all these people.
Only two of them are having a better season than Moses Caicedo. That's Rodri and Partey.
Moses Caicedo.
Yes. Caicedo has been one of the best midfielders in Premier League. Don't worry.
By what standards? Or what are the stats? Is it tackles, assists, or what? Please tell me.
We're talking about DM. We're talking assists. How many assists Rodri gets?
Rodri has 9 assists this season.
How many?
In the Premier League.
Yes, with 11. You can please check.
That's just
or use the fact to confirm.
How many assists does Lucas? No. Paqueta is not even a DM now.
He said he's talking DM. He called Paqueta.
He can.
You can't believe that. You can.
Paqueta can play as a DM.
Partey plays more than this your Paqueta than yes now. Partey plays better than
I beg you, Partey.
What do I quote to you?
Please, no sentiments today. Lucas Paqueta.
Yes.
He's an amazing. See, in that team now.
I want him to go to. I want him to go to the Man City.
He will come to City.
See, when you read big club, that is when you are being judged. All these small club, you can be a big fish there.
Let me tell you. Paqueta played for is it Lyon or which one?
In fact, let me tell you Paqueta, from South America, I went to AC Milan, flop like mad.
Flop like crazy.
Then
He left AC Milan, went to Lyon.
Lyon, yes, from Lyon. Played very well.
Found his feet. Played very well. Found his feet.
Then came to Leicester because one of their most important players.
How is it?
Is he even
Declan was their most important player.
Right now,
This season has no Declan Rice. What special
is he ahead of Mohamed Kudus and Joy Bowen in terms of
impact?
No, those ones are the attackers, obviously. But anytime, so no, if that guy is not in their midfield,
Kudus that came in, this is his first season.
Kudus is not a GM, he's not an attacking.
You were calling GM and you were calling Paqueta inside.
Okay, let's leave out Paqueta.
Yeah, I
it's
confused
not Paqueta, it's Paqueta.
Who said
And I'm
Paqueta?
just trying, it's Lucas Paqueta. That's how it's pronounced.
What are they saying? What is he saying?
Okay.
Yeah?
let's but I mean, come on. As far as I'm concerned, I feel that this Brazilian team, my top 3 picks for Copa America to win Copa America. I think Brazil for me.
It's Brazil. It's Brazil. That is why they can be in your top 3.
No.
Contolara, Mobakoma, Kudansaki. That's
but
it.
you will still know that.
But say with squad.
So you pick the Argentines ahead of the Brazilians.
In the whole world, the Argentines, there is a reason why they are number 1.
Because of Lionel Messi.
It's not Lionel Messi. It's what everybody is playing.
Because if you also call out some of those that play, Rodrigo Paul. What's special about Rodrigo Paul?
He plays for Atletico Madrid.
Oh, so that makes him special. Makes him a good player. Because wait,
okay.
Also
is Alexis McAllister not one of the best midfielders?
Yes, so yeah, talk.
One of the best, maybe top 10. One of the
top what?
Yes, he's not the Paqueta that has been shouting. All the talkers will have been as good as McAllister this season.
How many assists McAllister don't
It's not.
He's not a DM. Oh, is he a DM?
Let's not go to start. I was watching a podcast. The guy said something. He said, "Do you know one thing that has killed football banter today? Is this start issue." You don't need stats. We watch football every day. It is obvious to this person plays better than this person.
Let's talk about the Europa League final. 3 Nigerians will be involved. Bademola Lookman for Atalanta, Victor Boniface and Nathan Teller for Bayer Leverkusen. Leverkusen have been incredible, obviously, with their 50 game unbeaten run, and Atalanta also coming to the final in good form. Lookman has been arguably their best player this season, in terms of goal contribution, goals and assists. But Boniface is the top scorer for Leverkusen this season as well. Nathan Teller a key contributor. First of all, where do we see this shaking? And number 2, does this final significantly impact CAF Player of the Year awards? Because a lot of people seem to believe these 2 are the front runners for CAF Player of the Year, except you disagree.
That's Ademola and
Victor. I don't disagree with it. I think that based on what Leverkusen have done this season, of course you can't really take out Boniface and say that he's not deserving of that award. And also for Atlanta as well. I mean they've had their own ups and downs this season, but after taking out Liverpool, people started believing that Atlanta can actually win the Europa League. And looking at it from a Nigerian perspective, you talk about Victor Boniface, super amazing. Also remember that the same Boniface at the point had injury issues, and then the guy came back stronger and better.
Especially at the right time.
Yes, especially when they needed services. And I've always said this: Victor Boniface is a complete player. He can score, he can dribble, he can assist. He can play from anywhere from maybe from midfield up, even if you can play from the wings, you can play from 11, from 10. To me, he seems to be the most complete Nigerian striker that we have at the moment. Yeah, of course, Victor Osimhen, I mean, everyone is...
No, you're not lying. You're not lying.
But for Victor Boniface, he can give you options, which is even why I think I love him more. And it just tells you how important that guy has been to the Leverkusen team. And of course, we've watched the record about what Leverkusen have done this season, 50 game unbeaten run, and still counting. Of course, after that incredible run they've had this season. Why for Ademola Lookman? I watched the game between Liverpool and also the last game that they played. Which team they where they won 3-0. The last Europa.
Yeah. That's the semi-final.
Marseille.
Yeah.
He ran that defense.
At Bergamo.
Yes. he ran them ragged in the defense. The guy he terrorized.
Tormentor in
Oh
chief.
God, he tormented and he showed them pepper for that defense. And I think that this also, I think this is the high time our coaches need to start utilizing these players and utilizing them to their strengths, their actual strengths. Lukman is a player that we can use in different positions. I think just playing from 11. I think the other positions where I feel Lukman, because of his pace, he's got great pace, and I think
he even plays as a second striker for Atalanta.
Yes.
They play a 3-5-2 system, and Lukman plays next to Skamaka as the guy
And the
linking the
partnership
midfield
has been sweet.
and the attack. But whenever he plays for Nigeria, we shunt him to the
exactly.
left and have him battling against defenders on the touchline. He plays mostly off the ball, making runs in there, and let people find him.
Yeah.
But the Super Eagles, we give him the ball
It's
and
already a
say,
box.
you must beat your defender
Yes,
man to man and all that.
They try
So
to shoot.
it's a different type of.
And when you started, the angle to the Europa League final, you said Nigerians are involved, Nigerian footballers. I'm super excited because these are not just Nigerian footballers by name.
Mm-hmm.
They are directly affiliated to the Super Eagles. They've all played for
Super
us.
Eagles players.
Nathan Teller has played the less of the game, but he's also, you can't mention Nathan Teller and proper, football followers does not know that name. So all three are key member of the Super Eagles, which makes it even more interesting.
Yeah.
Now, talking about the player of the season, fantastic. Last season or last year, we had Victor winning it. Nigeria has been off that top scene for a long while. And then we had male and female winning it, just like Nwankwo Kanu and also Mercy Akide did it, so many years ago. And now we're backing up with that. Now, for Ademola Lookman, it's super interesting because Ademola Lookman could have gone down as the best footballer at the AFCON. Yes, Trustekong won it,
Yes.
but he had a fantastic.
Nigeria's top scorer, 3 goals.
Yes, he had a fantastic AFCON, and so many times I'll be like, the World Cup here decides this and all of that. When it comes to the best footballer on the continent, on the globe, the AFCON also should go a long way to decide. Especially you now return to your club and continue the fine run. For Victor Boniface, he was not involved at the AFCON, but we still have it in our head. In short, the entire Africa have it in their head up until now that what if Victor Boniface was at the AFCON?
Oh my goodness.
I'm sure he would have found a way to eclipse what somebody like Ademola Lookman did. But we can only live with if. For Nathan Teller, we know, it can be, no matter the amount of trophies he wins. It could be in the running.
I don't think he is.
He won't be.
No, I say it could be. I'm not saying probably a top 15, top 10, thereabouts. Thereabout.
Yeah.
Because it reminds me of an Hakimi. What he continues to do on that, full back role, running the entire line and all of that. Which as a Nigerian, as a sport journalist, as a sport writer, sport reporter, it makes it super sweet for me to come out and say. So many times we celebrated several players from the same country who had done well in the run of the year. And I keep asking, year after year, where are the Nigerians? What are we doing? And then Victor Osimhen broke that jinx. We saw it was no argument for Victor Osimhen last year. And then this time, we're having Nigerians go ahead. Like somebody said, the moment a goal is scored in the Europa League final, he would not be watching, he would just be celebrating. Hey, go! Because a Nigerian is involved. So I'm celebrating for both. Is it Ademola's team? Fine. Is it Victor and Nathan Teller's team? Fantastic. But when it comes to the end of the year, I think whoever wins the Europa League, especially if it is Atalanta, I think there will be no ounce of doubt that it should just go straight to Ademola Lookman, because he must have had a fantastic season with Atalanta and then capping it up with the AFCON.
Okay, I see that point. I do see it. But if let's even say Lookman wins the Europa League, but Victor Boniface,
crazy,
Bundesliga and the German Cup,
DFB Pokal,
both unbeaten, would have only lost one game the entire season, which would be the Europa League.
Wow.
As the top scorer for that team, I still think he has a better team.
Yes, that's some story.
I agree. He has. I agree. See,
for neutrals,
even for neutrals, a lot of them want Leverkusen to win Europa League for neutrals, because of course people supported him with so much love.
The fine run.
Yeah, because of this amazing run he had. So for Victor Boniface, even if he doesn't win the Europa League, which I think that Leverkusen will win, even if he doesn't win it, Victor Boniface will still be crowned the African Player of the Year based on the stats that Tunde just wrote out. Because that stats cannot just go under the water. Somebody is his club highest goal scorer as we speak. He wins the German Bundesliga with that amazing run. Now also I know that
about 5 games.
And I know that they are going to win the GFB Poker.
Yeah.
No matter what Klaasenstorm won't do. Klaasenstorm, okay. No matter
Klaasenstorm.
okay. No matter what they will do. Leverkusen.
So they get on this set.
Leverkusen.
This is how they do it like this guy.
I'm telling you,
He's the lead suspect.
Leverkusen.
Boniface has also been nominated for Bundesliga Rookie of the Season.
I can
Who has been?
Boniface is how old? He's 23.
No, it's
It's not about age. It's players in their first.
It's rookie.
That's what
His first year.
Bundesliga do.
Okay.
It's players that are playing their first Bundesliga season.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Anywhere you play in your first year, you're a rookie.
Okay.
So I mean,
But Boniface is
no,
23.
the age also factors in. Boniface is I think 22. Age also factors in among the young players playing their first. Because if it was just for anybody, Harry Kane would probably win.
Yes,
Harry Kane
of
definitely
course,
plays first.
yeah.
So it's among first players playing their young players playing their first season. As you nominated, long. By the way, he has 20 goals and 10 assists in 32 games
That's amazing.
across all competitions. this season.
With his injuries, though. Because he
That's
was
why
out
it's
for
32
over
games.
3 months or
So
thereabout.
30 goal contribution
Yeah,
in 32 games.
So that's quite
great.
impressive.
And another angle is, I think he's a man well loved. Probably
That's a
he's
good
he's
social
very
media.
nice.
Yes, thank you.
Social media activity.
On
Yeah.
X. Oh God. Today, I'm sure today is also following. He's following his activities.
It's very, very, very.
I saw I think that was probably after the Europa League 2-2 game against
Roma.
Roma. Somebody tweeted and said, all I am doing now is patiently waiting for Victor Boniface's tweet. That is what I will see if I sleep. It's so during the AFCON, if there is to be a best player for the AFCON who didn't play in the AFCON, is Victor Boniface. He drove the entire social media with his banter every other day. Ghanaians can't even forget him.
Did you see the Rudiger's tweet?
Yeah. It's player that Rudiger that is not charging for, because Rudiger did that in celebration. That's the Rudiger that is not charging for it. Rudiger that said,
Please just make it in Naira. That was a serious shade on the Naira.
Basically,
I go pay easy. But if you don't charge me for
I can comfortably pay Finidi George salary.
yes, now. This football, you're talking Rudiger. Even our Nigerian footballers, they can comfortably pay.
I was telling someone that Mikel
Senior man, do you know how much senior man
Mikel
collects?
consistently earned over £100,000 in Chelsea for over 5 years.
Well, that's Chelsea for 10 years plus.
I'm saying,
the 100,000 contract for the last 5 years. But even before then,
It was only 8
if you play for Chelsea for 10.5 years.
That's some money.
No.
And just to talk about someone that also had other investments and had other sources of income as well, and whatnot. But just focus on just the Chelsea money for 10.5 years. Then he left Chelsea, went to China to go and collect even more money than he was getting at Chelsea.
Of course, obviously.
That man, if you say for road.
Which is even why
And it does not even have. This one is shady to Nigeria set up. It does not even have in law that he needs to spend so much money on.
Wow.
It's
because his wife is Russian.
Not just Russian.
the daughter of a billionaire.
And even then, when see as family, because I spoken that Billy won't kill him.
Yes.
It doesn't, no matter the age, no other family they want to.
That is his family. Now had his wife.
Do you know what? You know the amount of billing John Obi Mikel would have seen to make him come out and voice out that.
That's what I'm saying now.
They call it. I think we should have this discussion.
Tunde,
Black tax. Black tax, not just on footballers.
Tunde,
on
what I'm
general.
saying is, you can hear him crying. That had his wife family be. To the degree that is already on ground. By now he would have said,
Is that not
Permit
is that not
this.
saying that what was happening with Osimhen, that he was having dragging money issues with not
one
just
of
his sister's husband.
yeah, who also manages him in a way, yeah.
We don't have time to go into that, but
Yes.
congratulations with the Boniface nominated for Bundesliga Rookie of the Season along with Xavi Simons of RB Leipzig, Jan Martin of Dortmund, and Maximilian Bayer of Hoffenheim. So I think Boniface is going to win.
It's safe to say.
Because Boniface won Rookie of the Month award for like his first 4 months.
Yes, he kept winning it, like running out.
So it
So
will
the
be
guy, it will be disservice or it will be unfair if Victor
but
does not emerge
if
as
at the-
African. But because
if at the end of the day, I'm taking the AFCON into notes.
okay, if you are taking the AFCON,
yeah, I
The
think
AFCON happened this
the winning
year.
Europa League and also having a good AFCON performance is a very solid.
It's a
case for
very
him.
solid.
but I just
Yes,
pray that
But if he doesn't win the Europa
he
League,
doesn't
then,
win the Europa
10 years
because I've added
I
that
pray this guy
caveat
does not go injured.
Who?
Victor Boniface.
this season or
Hey,
next
that's
season.
no for the Europa, I mean, for the AFCON qualifiers and all. Was he called up for the AFCON qualifiers?
Who?
Victor Boniface.
If you don't call Victor,
their upcoming AFCON qualifiers.
Yes.
And the squad list is
no,
not
he's
out.
not out. So he's still in
Okay,
June.
Okay.
Yes,
I just hope that the guy will be
He's still
fit
in.
all along.
No,
Like,
I
he
think
has
he's
corner.
back to good form. You know, I think he's playing it safe now, and the medical team.
And I also, this is my opinion, honest opinion. And I also think that if Boniface was in that AFCON squad, I think Jose Pesero would have played differently.
Yeah, I feel so.
Yeah,
He
he
brought-
played.
he comes
Because throughout the
with-
qualifiers, he played mostly with a 4-4-2
Yeah.
with Osimhen
Victor and
and Boniface leading the line. But because Boniface was not available, he had to shift to what we saw.
When something hit Nigeria during that, because our strength was in the attack.
Yeah,
We lost
Sadiq
Victor,
Umar.
we lost Taiwo Awoniyi. Kelechi Iheanacho was a doubt before the start of.
Mhm.
We lost Sadiq Umar. That was crazy for a team that really put their energy. Now losing 4 top strikers before the competition even starts. And that's
And I also think
They
that
tried.
this will help Finidi on the way. Having all these guys in attack, because we know he loves to play attacking football, and having all of these guys fit. Taiwo, all those guys you mentioned, Taiwo, Boniface,
and you
Victor
have
Osimhen.
different
And
dynamics.
he can find a way. He can find a way to play all of them together. I think we'll have an amazing qualifiers and AFCON.
we'll find out.
But before you go, another angle to winning the African Footballer of the Year also has to do with other players you will compete against, because you can just sit in our this. Some other persons have got a shout at it. If Sebastian Haller, you won't be surprised.
Why is not making sense? It's not about the first level.
It's not about the first level. It's about the voting.
Okay, for AFCON.
Allah has scored what? How many goals this season? Does he even have 5 goals plus Ivory Coast and Dortmund goals? Does he have 5 goals this
You
season?
know who they bench
As a
for
striker.
Dortmund?
Come on, man. Like, I don't want to hear Sebastian Haller. Other African candidates, Pierre Aubameyang has had a superb season. Seydou Guirassy has had a superb season for Stuttgart. Mohamed Salah will always be in this conversation.
Maybe I just came with Allah, but what I'm saying in essence,
There are still other people outside of
that will
Nigeria.
compete.
So obviously, but we have to go. If we learn anything from this episode, sponsor episode 9, shout out to producer Babash, who just told us that episode 9 because we didn't even know.
Yeah.
So this time we don't try.
We'll bring Baba onto the
It's journey
podcast
next
one
episode.
day.
Journey next episode. In fact, any day that there's one person missing, it'll just be the fourth person automatically. So
It reminds me of Taiwo Aremu. Taiwo would say, leave me behind the camera. I don't have business in front of the
he
camera.
must come in front.
Shout out to everyone watching guys.
Yeah.
out to them.
Yeah, shout out to Kehinde Idris, John Odetunde,
Today.
myself today. Solomon Edibo is not here with us today, but shout out to him wherever he is. Shout out to Mr. Dele behind the cameras, Mr. Bash,
Abasiama.
behind the cameras.
Ife.
Yeah, what's funny?
Ife Abasiama.
Ife Oluwa, God's love, behind the camera as well. So yeah, you only see the 3 or 4 people on screen, but it's the whole production crew that are bringing this content to you. So we appreciate everybody, and most importantly, you are here watching us for 1 hour of your week every day or every week. We understand that is not. We don't take that for granted. That's a privilege. So thank you very much for working with us, and that's our content for this
Also,
week.
the mama that takes care of us. Mama, shout out to you, especially from me.
Why you no go shout out? when you dey chop free food?
I want to mama.
We have to go. Sport live.
That's it. Take care.